Are you ready to uncover the hidden treasures hiding in plain sight? In this video, we're diving into the top 5 most valuable Lincoln pennies coins you could have in your pocket change right now that are worth thousands, even hundreds thousands of dollars. From rare mint errors to ultra-scarce key dates, these little copper coins have big stories and even bigger price tags. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about what your old pennies might be worth, this countdown could change the way you look at your change forever. Today, we're diving into the electrifying world of one of the most enigmatic and valuable coins in American numismatic history, the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny. Only a few exist, and their origin is cloaked in mystery. The story of the 1964 SMS Lincoln penny starts with more questions than answers. First off, what does SMS mean? SMS stands for Special Mint Set, a type of collector's coin set produced with a higher quality finish than regular circulation coins, but not quite as polished as proof coins. Double die obverse, DDO. A 1964 SMS penny with a strong DDO could fetch $50,000 to over $100,000, depending on the strength of the doubling and overall coin condition. Struck on the wrong planchet. Depending on the type of wrong planchet, values could range from $25,000 to over $150,000. Die clash error. A 1964 SMS penny with a strong die clash could be valued at $10,000 to $30,000, depending on severity and appeal. Auction sales prices. In 2019, a pristine example of a 1964 SMS Lincoln penny graded SP68 by PCGS, sold for an astonishing $156,000. That's a penny worth more than a brand new Porsche 911. But it doesn't stop there. By 2023, another specimen in similar condition was reportedly offered privately for over $250,000. And experts believe if a perfect SP69 example were to surface, the bidding war could easily push the price to $500,000 or more. Think about that, $500,000 for a single penny. It's not a dream, it's documented. Collectors are not just buying the coin, they're buying a piece of unrecorded US mint history, a symbol of mystery and prestige. How to identify a real 1964 SMS Lincoln penny? You're probably wondering, could I have one of these? Or better yet, how can I tell if I do? Great question. Because yes, it is possible one of these is sitting in an old coin album or collector's box somewhere, forgotten. Here's what to look for. Key features. Surface finish. Look for a satin or matte-like surface. Not proof shiny, but also not dull like circulation coins. Sharp details, especially around Lincoln's hair, the coat's shoulder, the rims and lettering. Squared rims. SMS coins have more squared, precise rims, unlike the rounded edges of circulation strikes. Today, we're diving deep into the story behind the 1969 Lincoln penny, a coin so elusive, even experts once thought it was a fake. But not only is it real, it's the holy grail of modern US coins. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might just be rushing to check your own penny jars. The Lincoln cent was first minted in 1909, replacing the Indian head cent. It was created to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first US coin to feature a real person. Double die obverse, DDO. Circulated, $15,000 to $35,000 plus. Uncirculated, MS63, MS65, $50,000 to $126,500. Top grade examples, MS66 plus RD, $300,000 plus. One example sold for $126,500 at Heritage Auctions in 2008. RPM, repunched mint mark. Circulated, $10 to $50. Uncirculated, MS60, MS65, $75 to $250. High-grade RPMs, MS66 RD plus $400 plus. Die break / cud / BE error. Circulated examples, $5 to $25. Uncirculated examples, $30 to $100 plus. Large cuds or dramatic die breaks, $100 to $300, depending on severity and appeal. Value and auction records. When you're dealing with rare error coins, condition is everything. Most of the known 1969 DDO pennies show signs of wear, but the few high-grade examples that exist, they fetch astronomical prices at auction. Here are some jaw-dropping sales. In 2008, a PCGS MS64 red example sold at auction for $126,500. In 2012, another MS64 RD, red designation, brought in a staggering $126,500 again. In 2021, a PCGS MS65 RD went for over $250,000. Experts believe that if a MS66 RD or MS67 RD example ever surfaced, it could fetch $500,000 or more at auction. That's right, $500,000 for a penny. How to identify a genuine 1969 SDDO. So how do you know if you have one? Here's what to look for. Strong doubling on the word liberty. The phrase "in God we trust." The date 1969. No doubling on the mint mark S. This is important. The mint mark was added separately using a punch, so it should not show doubling. If it does, it's a different error or possibly a fake. The doubling is not mechanical doubling, which looks flat and shelf-like. Instead, this is true hub doubling, bold, rounded, and clear. Coin should have the S mint mark, indicating it was minted in San Francisco. Today, we're unlocking the secret of one of the most mysterious and valuable Lincoln pennies ever struck, the rare 1971 S-era Lincoln penny. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny quickly became a household staple, with Lincoln's iconic profile gracing the obverse side ever since. Double die obverse DDO Lincoln cent, PR 65 red, $25,000 to $40,000. PR 68 red, $75,000 to $125,000. PR 69 red cameo, $150,000 plus. Rumors suggest a perfect PR 70 DCAM example could be worth up to $500,000 if discovered. Struck on a dime planchet. XF to AU grades, $5,000 to $10,000. Mint state examples, MS 63 plus $15,000 to $25,000. With strong provenance or certified by PCGS/NGC, potentially higher. Mirror blockage proof error. Because of the rarity on proof coins, PR 64-65 examples, $10,000 to $25,000. Higher grades, $30,000 to $75,000 plus. Auction sales prices. In 2019, a 1971 S double die obverse penny graded PCGS PR 69 red sold for over $110,000 at auction. In 2022, an even finer example, a deep cameo proof with perfect contrast and full luster, was privately sold for an estimated $150,000. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Several unconfirmed private sales have reportedly reached prices in the $200,000 to $250,000 range. And now, experts estimate that if a perfect PR 70 red deep cameo ever comes to market, it could command up to $500,000 from an elite collector or institution. How to identify a real 1971 S-era? Here's the golden question. How do you know if you're holding one of these rare coins? Check for the S mint mark below the date. If it's there, it came from San Francisco. Look closely at "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the 1971 date on the obverse. Use a jeweler's loupe or USB microscope. If you see doubling clear, distinct, and not just shadowing, you may have the double die obverse. Flip it over. Check the mirror finish. Proof coins will have shiny fields and frosted devices. Weigh it. The proper weight is 3.11 grams. Anything different could indicate an off-metal strike, especially if it's lighter or smaller. Get it certified. If you even suspect you have a rare 1971 S, send it to PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. The 1981-era Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and shrouded in minting mystery, it has fetched six-figure prices at auctions. From its unusual origin story to the jaw-dropping values it commands, we're breaking down why this coin has collectors and investors scrambling through their penny jars. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it marked the first time a real historical figure appeared on U.S. coinage. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent has undergone multiple changes in design. Penny struck on aluminum planchet. One of the rarest known 1981 errors is a proof Lincoln cent struck on an aluminum planchet, a leftover from experimental striking phases of the early 1970s. One example reportedly traded hands privately for over $250,000. Transitional error on zinc planchet. These transitional errors have sold for $75,000 to $150,000, and a flawless specimen could exceed $300,000 in a heated auction. Double-struck 1981 Lincoln penny. One specimen, which was off-center and double-struck on a copper planchet, sold for over $80,000. $50,000 to $150,000 plus. Off-metal error foreign planchets. Depending on the metal used, these off-metal 1981 errors have been valued between $40,000 and $120,000. Record sales and auction shockers. Let's talk about real money. What kind of prices have these 1981 error pennies brought in the real world? 1981 zinc transitional error, 2.5 G, sold at auction for $126,500. 1981 aluminum planchet strike, privately sold for $250,000 plus. Double-struck 1981 copper penny, off-center, sold for $83,000. 1981 foreign planchet error, estimated value, $100,000 to $150,000. Uncirculated 1981 D transitional planchet, potential value, $500,000 if certified in MS-68 or better. These numbers are not hypothetical, they've been verified by auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and even PCGS and NGC certified collectors. How to identify, you're probably asking. How can I tell if I have one of these rare 1981 Lincoln pennies? Here's what to look for. Weight check, use a digital scale. Copper pennies weigh 3.11 g, zinc ones weigh 2.5 g. If your 1981 weighs 2.5 g, that's a huge red flag. Metal color and sound, strike the coin gently. Copper has a dull ring, aluminum or zinc sounds different and feels lighter. Visual errors, look for doubling, off-center strikes, or coins with weird luster. Die variety, if the coin appears unusually sharp or has unexpected finish, like proof-like shine on a regular strike, it may be a test strike or experimental planchet. Third-party grading, if you're unsure, send it to PCGS or NGC. These companies can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which can multiply its value dramatically. The rarest, most valuable modern U.S. coins of all time, the 1983 D copper Lincoln penny. This isn't just an urban legend or collector's myth. It's real. It's verified, and it's worth a fortune. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln. For decades, pennies were struck with 95% copper, but in 1982, the U.S. Mint made a major change due to rising copper prices. Record auction sales and collector, 1983 D copper penny certified example, sold price, estimated $250,000 plus. Grading, PCGS verified it with a weight of 3.11 grams, confirming the old copper composition. Condition, AU, about uncirculated, meaning it could have been worth much more in mint state. Comparable rarities, 1943 bronze Lincoln cent, sold for $1.7 million. 1944 steel penny, up to $180,000. 1983 D copper small date, $18,800 in XF condition and more in higher grades. The verdict, the 1983 D copper penny is in the top tier of modern American coin errors, joining the ranks of coins that fetch six-figure price tags with ease. In the right auction, under the right spotlight, this penny could break $500,000. How to identify 1983 D copper Lincoln penny? Want to know if your 1983 D penny could be the jackpot? Here's how to tell. Weigh it. Copper penny, pre-1982 3.11 grams. Zinc penny, post-1982 2.5 grams. Use a sensitive digital scale, preferably 0.01 g accuracy. If your 1983 D weighs 3.11 grams, you may be holding treasure. Look for clean strike and color. Copper pennies have a richer red-brown tone. Zinc coins can look slightly more silvery under the copper plating. Third-party authentication. If you suspect you have one, submit it to PCGS or NGC. A proper grading service can certify and slab your coin, adding tremendous credibility and value.